Fernando Norris claimed pole position for the Hungarian Grand Prix as McLaren sealed a front row lockout in a chaotic session. Norris kept his focus as rain before and during qualifying created a dramatic spectacle at the Hungarian ring to narrowly pip teammate Oscar Piastri and Max Verstappen to pole. The Brits at the fastest time before Tsunoda's crash brought out the second of two red flags with 2 minutes and 13 seconds remaining in Q3 after which more rain failed to ensure the leaders were unable to prove on used tyres. Moments before Tsunoda's crash, as the drivers did what was meant to be their second flying laps of Q3, Piastri had gone just 0.22 seconds slower than Norris, which Verstappen only a further couple of hundredths back in third. Norris was unable to finished his second effort due to the incident. Carlos Sainz was fourth and Charles Leclerc sixth, with Lewis Hamilton splitting the Ferraris, and his Mercedes teammate George Russell was shot Q1 exit, with the team not providing enough fuel to complete the laps when the track was at its best. Sergio Perez was also knocked out in Q1 after causing the first red flag of the session with a big crash, which only increased speculation he could be remarkably let go by Red Bull just a few months after a contract extension. Norris, with a buffer of Piastri in second, has created a strong opportunity to close Verstappen's 84-point lead for him in the world title. McLaren also well placed to close a 7-point deficit to Ferrari and 78 to Red Bull. Norris said, "I'm very happy, not an easy qualifying, different conditions like that, but always ending up on top is the best part of all, especially for the team. A 1-2 is even better, so congrats to the team. We've already got confidence, so it's not like we need a lot more of it, or are we searching for it? We have come into this weekend off the back of the last few happy and confident we can do a good job, and we have a good car to fight for pole, which is what we did today. We're in the best position for whatever the conditions throw at us. 2 cars at the front, we can control it from there, so as long as we stay where we are, we'll be happy." Fernando Alonso and teammate Lance Stroll took 7th and 8th respectively for an improved Aston Martin. Daniel Ricciardo beat RB teammate Tsunoda to 9th, when the Australian gaining a position after becoming the only driver to improve his time in the period in Q3 following the red flag. Norris arrived in Hungary facing questions over his and McLaren's failure to seal victory at Silverstone when they should have done. After topping second and third practice, he was once again favourite going into qualifying. However, the advantage he appeared to have over rivals in dry conditions was rendered somewhat irrelevant when the session began following half an hour of light rain and with more gentle showers expected. The track temp at 30 degrees was only half of what it had been at the start of Friday practice and in sweltering conditions on Friday. Having just about navigated his way through a frenetic Q1, Norris came into his own and track drive and got closer to the conditions he looked so strong in. By the time Q3 began, it was clear his only true rivals for pole were Piastri and Verstappen, but it appeared the contest could be reduced to just one lap as engineers warned of rain approaching. It was Norris who aced the first lap, finishing 3 tenths clear of Verstappen, with Piastri about the same distance further behind in third. However, the rain was not as heavy as expected, and purple first selectors flashed up as contenders improved on fresh tyres. Piastri leapfrogged Verstappen by closing to within a fraction of Norris before the Dutchman came much short, with McLaren found himself punching his steering wheel in frustration after finishing his lap and opting not to return to the track on old tyres. Norris was only in the early stage of his lap when Tsunoda crashed, but the magical first effort deservedly proved enough to seal his third pole of his career, which comes just 3 races after he ended a near 3-year wait for his second. The first front row lockout for McLaren since 2012 Brazilian Grand Prix, when Hamilton and Button were driving, is evidence of their progress. The result is even more significant when it comes to the weekend where Red Bull, whose early season dominance came to an abrupt end, a brought up very package looking to re-establish their benefit. While the RB20 still has strong race pace, McLaren are in a strong position on a track that's hard to overtake. I tried the whole weekend, we've been a little bit behind, Verstappen said, but yeah, he said it wasn't enough. Also facing questions coming into the weekend was Perez, whose shocking run has seen him get 15 points from the last 6 races, despite the fact he was given a 2-year contract extension at the start of June. Speculation has been growing that Red Bull could replace him with Lawson and Ricciardo in contention. There's been plenty of positivity from Perez and Red Bull boss Christian Horner after a decent practice showing on Friday, but there was good work being undone to control at turn 8 and the greasy Q1 conditions that shunted the barrier. I'm obviously very disappointed because the weekend has been really strong up to now. Perez said, "It hurts to let your whole team down, but at the end of the day I'm determined more than ever to get back to where we super long. The instant pause session with 7 minutes of Q1 left when rain intensifying. However, once the cars came back on track, a dry line appeared, leaving the likes of Russell vulnerable. The Brit, who'd been fine in qualifying, initially improved his time, but others went faster when the track was better, and that dumped him out. Hamilton very nearly followed in Q2, but somehow survived, and managed to salvage fifth, in evidence that Mercedes still has work to do to really close in on the top two teams yet. And before I go, let me run you through the classification from qualifying. Norris coming out on top, Piastri second. A dominant one for McLaren. They really need to deliver in the top car, you feel like, coming up. But Max Verstappen in third as well. I think he probably did the maximum, but he did his best. Hopefully he'll try and get ahead of one or even both McLarens, but it seems a bit of a long shot. Sainz in fourth did a really good job to beat Hamilton, I think. Hamilton fifth, probably would have wanted to be one place higher, but on the whole, not bad. I think you can say kind of similar to Leclerc. Alonso and Stroll. Aston Martin seems to be a bit better, as did the RBs, 9th and 10th. They'll both be looking to score some points tomorrow. Hulkenberg and 11th in the Haas will be a bit disappointed, maybe not against Q3, but still in a good position. Bottas did really well here, probably you'd say outperforming the car as well. And then you've got Albon and Sargent, slightly improved, but still could be a bit of a tough battle to get into the points tomorrow. Magnussen in 15th, bit off Hulkenberg again. And then Perez and Russell. Yeah, Perez making another mistake. It seemed like he's having such a good weekend up to that point as well, which is going to be so frustrating for him. Russell and Mercedes just not really reading temperatures right, which could be costly. And then you've got Zhou way off his teammate, and then Ocon and Gasly, Alpine having a torrid weekend, and yeah, you really can't see anything salvaging him from that position, to be honest. So anyway guys, that's it for this video. Thanks very much for watching. Remember to like, share and subscribe. Follow us on our socials, link in the description below for daily F1 news, meme and content. Subscribe to our other channels on screen right now, that'd be greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace out.